Gas stations, they're supposed to be safe. Quick in, quick out, bright lights, open doors. But what I've learned is that even the most ordinary places can hide the most disturbing moments. These are 5 gas station encounters that changed how I look at the world and made me realize just how close danger can be when you least expect it. It was late, my wife had just finished her shift at work, and I was heading out to pick her up. I left the house a little early, thinking I'd swing by a Circle K, grab a drink and a snack. That decision nearly got me killed. As I stepped outside, I noticed a car swinging hard around the corner of the building, fast, reckless, almost like the driver didn't care about what was in his way. Between the building and a parked car was a tight gap, too tight for any vehicle, or so I thought. He floored it. Metal groaned, glass shattered. The car scraped its way through the space like a battering ram. It clipped the parked car so hard, the side mirror launched into the air, and the door looked like it had been punched in by a wrecking ball. Then, tires screeched and he was gone. Just then, the owner of the car walked out of the store. I rushed up. "Hey, someone just destroyed your car and took off." He went that way. The guy stared at the damage for a second, then turned to me and screamed, "You get the plate number, huh?" I didn't. I was stunned. I hadn't even thought that far ahead. I just saw the car. He was in a dark sedan, maybe a Honda. "I'm gonna kill that mother." He reached into his jacket and pulled out a gun, a small revolver, black, cold, looked like a .38 special. I've fired a few guns before. That one would tear you apart at close range. He started shouting, ranting, waving the weapon through the air like a man possessed. And then ... he pointed it at me. "You think this is funny? You think I need your help? I don't take *T from nobody." I thought I was going to die right there. Heart thundering, hands sweating, legs like cement. I muttered, "I was just trying to help," then slowly turned toward my car 50 feet away. The longest 50 feet of my life. I kept walking, slow, careful, never turning my back completely. Once I got in, I locked the doors, hands trembling as I called 911. They said an officer was already nearby. Within 2 minutes, flashing lights filled the lot. The officer drew his weapon and screamed for the man to drop it. He did. That night, it shook me. I realized something painful. Trying to do the right thing doesn't always protect you. Sometimes, it paints a target on your back. Fast forward, a year later, different city, but the time almost identically 11 p.m. I was with my mom and sister, and we'd stopped at a gas station to pick up snacks. My mom and sister went inside. I stayed back in the car just relaxing, scrolling my phone, music low. Then, a car pulled up beside us. Loud bass, dark tint. Something about it immediately felt off. I glanced. One guy, sitting in the driver's seat, just staring. Didn't move, didn't open his door, just sat there. After a while, he got out, didn't go into the store, didn't pump gas. He just circled his car, once, twice, 3 times. I kept watching him, then tried not to look. Every instinct in me was flaring. My mom and sister finally walked out of the store, and I tensed. The guy looked over, watched them, but it didn't move. They got into the car safely. My sister handed me a bag of chips, and we all started getting settled. Then he came over, walked right up to the passenger window. He started saying something, but my mom didn't roll it down. We could hear him loud and clear through the glass. At first he was just talking, asking something. Then he got mad. "You gonna ignore me? You think I'm a joke?" He started banging on the window hard. Slam, slam, slam. That's when I shouted, "Go, just drive." My mom floored it. The car lurched out of the space, but behind us, his headlights lit up. He was following us fast. We didn't head home. We swerved down side streets, cutting through neighborhoods. Random turns, circles, U-turns. My sister was shaking as she dialed 911. Eventually, after 5 or 6 turns, he gave up, vanished into the dark. We pulled into a well-lit lot and waited for the police. That night, I realized how fast a normal evening can turn into a chase, and how fast someone with the wrong intentions can fixate on you. Of all the stories I've told, this one, it never leaves me. It was a warm summer night. I was out walking my small dog, like I often did after dinner. Just a quiet, peaceful stroll through a nearby neighborhood with a park and a gas station. But that night, I didn't take my usual route. I wandered a different path past 2 old churches, then toward the station on the other side of the street. That's when I heard the screams, a woman, desperate, pained. Words like, "Please," and "that hurts," and "he's got a knife." I ran toward the sound, and then I saw them, a man and woman beside a parked car. He had his fists up. He hit her, then kicked, then slammed her against the car door like she weighed nothing. It Wasn't a fight, it was a beating. I froze. Then I screamed, "Hey, stop." He glanced at me, then went right back to hitting her. I had nothing. No phone. Just a leash and a 12-pound dog. I ran to the gas station, where an employee stood outside. "Help," I yelled. "He's beating her. Call the cops." He looked up, then shrugged. "They're probably a couple. Not my problem." I stood there, in disbelief. That's all he said. No urgency. No concern. I turned around, and the car was moving. The girl opened the passenger door slightly, then shut it. Gone. Just like that. I don't know where they went. I don't know if she's alive. But I know this, that employees' words will never leave me. They're probably a couple. As if love justifies pain. This one feels unreal, like a nightmare I lived through. That it was Christmas Eve. I'd just finished a long shift and was driving to my aunt's house, a few towns over. Halfway through, I realized I was almost out of gas. I cursed myself. My brother had told me he'd filled it. Obviously he hadn't. I saw a sign off the road. Not an official one, just a wooden board nailed to a post. GAS, next exit. Desperate, I took the turn. The road, dark, twisting, covered by thick trees. No signs of life. After about 10 minutes, I found it. A gas station, or what used to be one. Collapsed roof, broken windows, weeds are everywhere. No lights, no pumps. I parked and called AAA. They said someone would be out in 45 minutes. I left. The engine running, headlights on. I didn't want to sit in complete darkness. Then I saw him, a man, walking from behind the building. He stepped into the light and shouted, "Hey buddy, come here." I stayed inside. "No thanks," I yelled. He didn't move, just stood there, watching. Then I noticed shapes, heads, at least 20 of them, peeking out from behind the trees. I couldn't see their faces. Just silhouettes, still, watching. Then another man stepped out from behind the building. I didn't wait. I floored it. I drove as far as I could on the little gas I had left. AA met me miles later. I didn't say much, but later, I called the sheriff. They checked it out, said it looked like a group had been squatting there. Blankets, tents, food. But whoever they were gone. Still, I wonder what would have happened if I had stepped out of the car. It was 3:30 a.m. I'd stayed up late, cleaning, working out, packing for a trip. I realized I forgot to fuel up, so I grabbed my dog, an American Bully, and headed to the highway gas station. The place was empty. No cars, no noise, just us and the pump. I got out, rolled the windows down out of habit. I turned around and froze. A man was right behind me, inches from my face. No sound, no warning, just there. He reached out, didn't say a word. Before I could move, my dog exploded out of the window, landed between us like a cannonball. He wasn't barking, he was growling deep, low, and dangerous. Every hair on his body was raised. Eyes locked on the man. The man froze. Then I ran, tripped over the gas line, scrambled off into the dark. I stood there in shock. Called the police. They found nothing. But I knew what almost happened, and I knew what stopped it. My dog didn't hesitate. He didn't wait. He protected me instantly. But we drive, we stop, we refilled, and we forget that in the corners of the world, danger doesn't always wear a mask. Sometimes it smiles. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it watches. These gas station stories, they aren't about ghosts. They're about the real fear of people, of being seen, targeted, followed, forgotten. So next time you pull up under that fluorescent glow, lock your doors, watch the shadows, and remember, safety isn't in the light, it's in your instincts.